Welcome back into this edition of Knights Softball here in Buena Vista, Virginia at Harvey Dryden Field. The second game of our doubleheader, the Knights dropped the first one, their home opener, 9-0 to the Fightin' Muskies at 1 o'clock. A tough way to start the year. The bats were definitely quiet, were definitely slow, and they're looking to rebound here and have a better showing and turn it around in this second part of our doubleheader. On the mound for the Knights, excuse me, number 2, Abby Southern, who gets the call to try to get him off on the right foot here. Top of the first, nothing. Here we go, game 2. As that first pitch is going to be low and outside. The 1-0 pitch. Another low one there for ball 2. At the plate for the Fightin' Muskies, number 10, Kara Taylor, trying to get on base here to start the game. The 2-0 pitch is lined right to second base. Number 22 with the good grab, right in position. Eliza Patterson, Eliza Patterson, I apologize. So good start for the Knights, 1 out here in the top of the first. A ball low and outside for ball 1. At the plate for the Fightin' Muskies, Peyton Otradell. Hope I said that right. The 1-0 pitch. Swings and lines it out into left field, left center. Bobbled it. She thought about going for 2. Wisely gets back to first. Good hustle there by the Knights, but that is going to be a hit. So the Fightin' Muskies now picking up where they left off in the first game. Swinging aggressive, putting the ball in play, and they have a runner on first with 1 out. Abby Southern with the pitch. Oh, line to the third baseman and fires one across the diamond and gets the out. That was impressive. I was worried for her safety there. That ball was hot off the bat. She protected herself, gathered, made the throw, and got the out. Incredible play there. That was number 24. Excuse me as I pull up my roster to double check. Taylor Ware with the great play. So the Knights now have 2 outs. There is a runner on second as Abby Southern tries to get out of this first inning. That ball is going to be just outside for ball 1. These Knights defensively have to be ready, be on their toes, because these Fightin' Muskies, they came to swing. The 1-0 pitch is in the dirt. That's going to allow the runner on second to advance. So 2 outs, runner on third now. Excuse me. The count is 2-0. Knights try to keep them scoreless here. Another pitch, a little low, and I expect Abby to pitch around her at this time. At the plate for the Fightin' Muskies, you've got Elizabeth Wofford. With 2 open bases to play with, I expect her to throw something out of the zone. And just like that, she throws it in the zone. You've got Nevaeh Woodhouse in center field, gets to it, but not until the damage is done. That's going to be a 1-0 lead for the Fightin' Muskies. You got to feel like Abby didn't mean to throw it there. Again, there's 2 outs with 2 bases to play with. And And she just left it over the plate a little too much, unfortunately. So now you've got runner on first, 2 outs. Great pitch by Abby right there. Natalie Smith in the batter's box for the Fightin' Muskies. The 0-1 pitch. Lined up the middle, gets through. Again, Nevaeh Woodhouse quickly gets the ball back to the infield, but now they've got another situation. 2 runners on, 2 outs. And the Fightin' Muskies have some momentum. Bit unfortunate there. Was just out of the reach of the second baseman. So Abby Southern once again trying to get this final out. 2 outs here, 2 runners on. Big fly ball, center field, and that is gone. Over the center field fence, almost hit me and my team. But that is a big fly. A 3-run shot for number 25, Emily Travis, and just like that, how the Fightin' Muskies, they're picking up where they left off. Is a 4-0 lead here in the first inning. Unfortunate, it felt like the Knights were going to get out of this without any damage that was too detrimental, and then a 2-out rally is just what the Fightin' Muskies ordered. So once again, Abby Southern trying to get this final out. Good pitch there, kind of on the outside of the plate, and gets the call. We have number 14, Cora Moyne. Excuse me if I pronounced that wrong. Freshman for the Fightin' Muskies. She takes the pitch inside for a strike. Another changeup from Abby. Gets the swing, foul tip for Cora. Which brings the count to 0-2. So 1 strike away for Abby and this Knights softball team. Second game of our doubleheader on opening day. And strike 3 in the dirt. Great pitch by Abby Southern. I know that inning certainly didn't go how she had planned. The big fly over center field fence. But it was a nice finish there to get the strikeout in the dirt. And the Knights have some work to do as we take a quick break. When we come back, it'll be the bottom of the first inning. Welcome back in here to the bottom of the first inning. This edition of Knights softball, a tough top of the first for the Knights, giving up 4 runs. We had Emily Travis for these Fightin' Muskies with the big fly over center field for a 3-run home run. They also had tacked on another run earlier in the game. Pitching for the Fightin' Muskies, number 12, Danny Wright gets the call. And for the Knights leading off, we have Nevaeh Woodhouse. The bats were certainly quiet in that first game for the Knights. They're hoping to change that here. As the 0-0 pitch, that ball is going to be outside, lone outside. And I think the key is they've just got to start getting this ball in play. I think it'll start to find some gaps, find some holes. As Nevaeh swings and a miss to even the count. But as the Knights continue to put the bat on the balls, they continue to be aggressive. Hopefully their luck will start to change and find some holes. The 1-1 pitch. Nevaeh again with a swing and a miss. Now is in a 1-2 hole. And that will be strike 3. Danny Wright living on that outside corner. That's a tough pitch to reach. So the Knights with one out here, nobody on, trying to get something going. We've got number 10, Mackenzie Gross, coming to the plate. As she swings and puts the ball in play. Danny Wright, though, no problem fielding it. And just like that, after one more pitch, we're at 2 outs. With number 24, Taylor Ware, coming to the plate. It was an athletic play there by Danny Wright, cool, calm, and collected to get that second out. Another ball in the dirt there. Good eye by Taylor Ware. At times you can feel a sense of pressure and a need to make something happen, but she stuck to her guns and had good plate discipline on that one. So with the 1-0 pitch coming up. Oh! And Taylor Ware takes it right off the thigh. That couldn't have felt good. But as they say, she took one for the team. And I think at this point, given how that first game went, I think the Knights will take a base runner any way they can get it. So some positive momentum with 2 outs here in the first. You've got Ware on first. And you've got Berkeley Witten at the plate, number 13, who takes a good hack there, fouls it off on the right side. Oh, 1 turns into 1-1. That was a tough layoff. Good plate discipline. I thought that was going to catch the corner of the zone, but the ump calls it high. Another tough one. Really good plate discipline, and all just like that, a 2-1 advantage for Berkeley. Looking for something to hit, something she can drive. And she does! Drives it into left field, found the hole between third and shortstop. And just like that, the Knights are in business to make something happen. Their own 2-out rally. A welcome sight after a tough and slow first start. This Muskingum team is very good. They're now 3-0 on the season after this early game. And they've displayed their talent here today. So the Knights, they need to chip away at this lead and try to hang in this one. Kylie Staton is in the box now, trying to deliver the first run for the Knights on the season. She hits a fly ball into left field, but routine for number 3, the left fielder. That is Peyton. Oh my gosh, Hochradal. I apologize again to the Hochradal family. So the Knights had something cooking there in the bottom of the first. A little 2-out rally, but it falls short. The lead is still 4-0 to the Fightin' Muskies. We will take a quick break. On the other side, we'll be in the top of the second. Welcome back here, top of the second. Knights down 4-0. This Fight Muskie team coming out hot just like they did in game one. As number 12, Danny Wright, steps in the box. Good pitch there by Abby Southern. A swing and a miss from Danny Wright, who is her opponent. She is the pitcher on the other side who's had a nice first 2 innings here. The 0-1 pitch. Ooh, another little changeup. It looked like very close to catching the zone. The ump thought it was out, or excuse me, inside. So now a 1-1 count. Ooh, and there you go. There's a swing and a miss. Ball in the dirt. Good pitch there. Abby Southern. A 1-2 advantage for her now. She tries to get this first out of the second inning. The 1-2 pitch is going to be an easy take for Danny Wright, too high and outside. This Knights team had a 2-out rally going. Thought maybe they'd get on the board, but a nice put out at the end by that left fielder. So 2-2 pitch for Danny Wright. Another easy take. Ball in the dirt. Looked like it might have slipped out of Abby Southern's hand there, so we have a full count with no outs. And that is going to be ball 4. Another pitch high and outside. So 1 runner on. Danny Wright draws the walk. No outs here in this second inning. We have number 1, Trisha Thompson, coming to the plate. The Knights looking for some kind of ground ball, at least get the out at second here. Keep the runners out of scoring position. Abby Southern delivers the pitch. Trisha Thompson shows bunt, bunts it foul. A late show there, trying to catch the defense off guard. And if that ball had stayed foul, she probably would have been safe, especially being a lefty coming out of the batter's box. She definitely has the advantage. The Knights are aware to it now, so let's see if Trisha tries to do it again. The 0-1 pitch. She does show bunt again, tries to throw behind the runner. Ball gets away. Nice backup there from the right fielder, Annabelle Cosa. So 1-1 pitch here. No outs, runner on first. Another show bunch and another throw behind the runner. The called strike there on Trisha Thompson. The Blue said she didn't get her bat back in time. So a 1-2 count. Looking for a ground ball, but privy to the possible bunt attempt. Though with 2 strikes, that feels less likely. Trisha swings away, but it's going to be foul. Fouled back behind the dugout. One-two pitch again from Abby Southern. Outside, but gets her to chase. And that'll be strike 3. So the Knights get their first out of the second inning. Still a runner on first for the Fighting Muskies. Number 10, Kara Taylor, coming to the plate. Another lefty. The Knights at third base seem like they're creeping in. Case of that bunt. This time, no bunt. Ball inside. You definitely see Taylor wear playing much tighter at third base, as that ball's going to be low in the dirt. Interesting, the Knights are playing straightaway defense against this left-handed hitter. Thought maybe you'd see a shift by Nevaeh Woodhouse, but they're going to play her straight and not protect the gaps. The 2-0 pitch. And that one's going to hit dead center. Little change up there. Don't think Kara Taylor was expecting that one. So the 2-1 pitch. Good take by Kara Taylor. The bottom kind of dropped out on that one. So 3-1 count. Abby Southern's got to be careful here. She doesn't want to walk this runner and put someone in scoring position. The pitch. Oh, and I thought maybe she checked her swing there, but the blue says no. A little confusion, but that is ball 4, which is going to put 2 on for these Fighting Muskies. As the blue checks with his partner, who confirms that she did not check her swing. So 1 out, runner on first and second. The Muskies have Peyton Hochradel. I think it's Hochradel. Again, I apologize if that is incorrect. As Peyton shows bunt here. The Knights desperately need an easy out here to kind of swing momentum in their favor a little bit. The 1-0 pitch, she shows bunt again. Tough call from the blue, not helping out Abby at all. Thought maybe she caught the zone. The 2-0 pitch. Again outside, you can see Abby being a little cautious to really come at the batter. But now she risks loading the bases with a wild pitch here. Number 6, Casey Timko is on deck if the bases do get loaded. Comes inside a little more there, catches the plate, so that's going to force the count to 3-1. The 3-1 pitch is going to be in the dirt, so bases are going to be loaded. Casey Timko up to bat, only 1 out in the inning. And the Knights are going to have to tighten up here and dig their heels in to get out of this jam. Abby Southern's had a little trouble finding the plate. She gets ready for the 0-0 pitch. A little high there. A 1-0 pitch. Swing and gonna be fouled on the right side. Casey Timko didn't square it up how she wanted. Thankfully for her, it landed in foul territory. So the 1-1 pitch, Knights desperately need a ground ball to shortstop or second base. Potential double play. A swing, and it's going to be a soft line drive into left center field. That is going to score 2 for the Fight Muskies, making this game 6-0. Just a tough break for the Knights. It wasn't the most well-struck ball, but it just found a little hole, a little bloop to left center field, and just like that, the Knights are down 6-0, only one out here in the second inning. Number 34 is coming up to bat, Elizabeth Wofford. She's got 2 on first and second. Swing and ground ball right to second base. She flips it to the shortstop, Kylie Satin, who won't be able to turn 2, but still a nice play to get the out at second. Eliza Patterson there fielding it and made the nice backhand flip to her teammate Kylie Staton, but too much speed at first base. So 2 outs now for the Knights. That pitch is going to be low. Natalie Smith in the batter's box there. She takes that first pitch. And the runner advances to second on that pitch. So 2 runners in scoring position, threatening to do more damage. 2 outs in the inning. Knights desperately need an easy fly ball, something to go their way here. Abby struggling to find the plate here, and what you don't want to see is number 25 on deck, Emily Travis, who just hit a 3-run homer in the first inning, but that is the situation she finds herself in. Finds the zone there to save it. It's a 3-1 count now. Maybe forcing Natalie Smith to be a little more aggressive here. She swings, ball on the ground. Taylor Ware fields it and makes a nice throw across the dish, across the diamond to get out of that jam. Another tough inning here for the Knights, giving up 2 more to make this game 6-0. A couple of good defensive plays, but still Abby Southern struggling to find the zone a little bit. Hopefully the Knights can swing some momentum back their way with the bats as we go to the bottom of the second. Welcome back here, bottom of the second inning. The Knights find themselves in a 6-0 hole. We have Eliza Patterson stepping into the box to try and get some momentum back in their favor, trying to put the ball in play. Danny Wright still pitching for the Fighting Muskies. Is the 0-0 pitch. A good pitch there. Found outside by the blue, so it's a 1-0 count. Eliza Patterson, a freshman, who hits the ball, strikes it up the middle, and just like that, the Knights with their first hit of the game, oh, excuse me, not their first hit of the game, that was a mistake, but first hit of this inning to get this rally started, exactly what they needed. So now no outs, runner on first. Bottom of the second, Morgan Rich, the lefty, comes up, trying to find a gap somewhere. As I stand in center field, that second baseman is playing pretty far over towards first. Maybe an opportunity to hit one back up the middle as that ball is low and outside. I think the key right now, the name of the game for the Knights, is just put the ball in play and see what happens. There's a big hack there by Morgan Rich. Fouls it back. I like the aggressiveness. So the 1-1 pitch. Danny Wright sending it in. And that was a nice pitch on the inside corner there. Is going to put Rich in a 1-2 hole. And gets her on the outside. That's going to be a strikeout. Good job working both sides of the plate there by Danny Wright. Got her on the pitch before on the inside and then went back outside and kind of just fooled Morgan Rich. Now we have Madison Christensen, number 19, stepping in. One out here in the bottom of the second. Ball in the dirt and the runner takes off. And she's going to be in there. Good work there. Eliza Patterson gets into scoring position for her team. So now you think if you can hit a ball into the outfield, they should have a chance to bring that runner home. Big swing out into right field, but it's going to be right at the right fielder. And just some tough luck for the Knights there. That's the way it goes sometimes. You feel like you make good contact and you just end up hitting it right to where the defense is. The breaks have certainly not gone the Knights' way today in either game. As Abby Southern steps in from the left side of the plate. 2 outs now, trying to bring this runner home and get something going for him. She's going to take a strike down the middle. A high pitch there and a swing and a miss by Abby, who can really help her cause by bringing that runner home. The Knights coached by Tiffany Pendleton. She's in the third base box. That pitch outside. Good eye there by Abby Southern. Tiffany Pendleton in the third base box trying to figure out what they can do to get back into this. She's been the coach here now for a good number of years. You know, the girls rally around her, love her a lot. And Coach Colby Kemp has done a great job with this team, even if today hasn't gone as they'd hoped. But they've got a good culture and a great program here on campus. Abby Southern swings and is going to foul it back again. Good job staying alive there. Still with an opportunity to bring that runner home. The 2-2 count. Abby Southern, oh! And a great play by the second baseman who had scooted over Cora Moyne, and just heartbreak for the Knights, who felt like they had their chance to score a run there. A nice hit, good contact up the middle, but an even better play by Cora Moyne. That's going to end the second inning here. We will take a quick break. When we come back, top of the third, the Fightin' Muskies lead the Knights 6-0. Welcome back, where they just made a big announcement. The Knights women's basketball defeated Brevard in the USA South Conference Championship. Your Knights women's basketball are the USA South champs, which is going to give them a berth into the NCAA Division III women's basketball playoffs. So congratulations, Knights basketball. We love to see it. Thank you for putting in such a good season. We can't wait to see you in the Division III tournament. The Knights have a new pitcher now, number 23, Adeline Birch. She steps into the circle. That ball's going to be low and inside in the dirt.
Oh, gosh. What set? First. Oh, is this a new team? Yeah.
So the 1-0 pitch is going to be on the ground to Kylie Staton, who fields it with ease, fires across the diamond, and gets a quick out. So good first start for Adeline Birch. The Knights, who are looking for something to hang their hat on and feel good about right now, they're having some good plays on defense. I know that the score doesn't completely reflect the whole defensive effort, but I've seen some good fielding. Haven't seen many mistakes. The ball's been hit kind of to where some defenders haven't been, but we've seen some really nice infield play for sure from Kylie Staton, from Taylor Ware, as that pitch is going to get away from Adeline Birch. Also, number 19, Madison Christensen, has had a very clean couple of games today. No drops at first base, so there's some definite good, positive things that have happened for the Knights today. They just would love to see their bats wake up a little more as Adeline Birch gets ready for the 1-0 pitch. And that one catches the inside corner. Great pitch, low and inside. That's a tough spot for any hitter. You've got number 14 up to bat, Coral Moyne, who made that great defensive play to end the second. Stole a line drive from Abby Southern. So the 1-1 pitch for Birch. And that one's going to be in the dirt, get away. The Knights with one out, trying to get a second here. Another low pitch. And the Fighting Muskies are starting to catch on and keeping those bats on their shoulders as they see that ball start to die into the dirt. Birch now in a 3-1 situation, trying to get out of it. And that's going to be ball 4. So 1 out, 1 runner on. Danny Wright, the pitcher for the Fighting Muskies, comes to the plate. Adeline Birch got a quick out. Now is having trouble finding the zone a little bit. The 0-0 pitch. She swings, and there's a high fly ball into left field. Tracked down by number 10, Mackenzie Gross. So good play, good read on that ball. And just like that, the Knights have 2 outs. And they hope to get out of this inning clean. That ball low and in the ground. We've got number 1 at the plate for the Fighting Muskies, Trisha Thompson. Thompson's made some nice plays today on both sides of the field, on defense and with the bat. Alone outside, the runner goes. Nice throw, but not in time. Thought that had a chance, but the runner gets just under the tag there. As they're going to take a quick timeout. So the story of the day, the Knights drop a tough one early in the first game of our doubleheader, 9-0. And they find themselves in a similar situation right now in the second game, down 6-0 here in the top of the third. As we've said, it's been an entertaining day of softball, and the Knights have definitely made some good individual plays on defense, some highlight plays on defense. The bats have just not been there. They've actually put the ball in play pretty well, definitely better than the second game, but it just has not found a hole, has not found a gap. It's just they're making good contact, and it's been hitting right to the other team. Ooh, and a tough call there for Birch. Looked like that was definitely in the zone, but she doesn't get the call. So Trisha Thompson still in the box. That gets the strike there. Good pitch by Birch. A swing and a foul tip. So 2 strikes now. Birch with a chance to get out of this jam a little bit. We've got 2 outs, 2 strikes, runner on second. Here's the pitch. Outside, she gets some contact on it. Taylor Ware with the throw. And what a play by Taylor Ware. That ball was not hit very hard. She charged it, and showing off that arm strength, gets the runner in a bang-bang play, and those are the kind of plays I've been talking about. The score hasn't reflected it, but there's been some great defensive moments for the Knights in both games today. Let's see if they can turn it around and make some nice plays on offense here as we go to the bottom of the third. The Knights trail 6-0. Welcome back in Harvey Dryden Field, where the Knights trail 6-0 in the bottom of the third inning. Nevaeh Woodhouse steps into the batter's box, and she's going to slap one foul down the left field line down third base. that last inning ended with a great play by Taylor Ware at third base, charging the slow ground ball and firing one across the diamond. Hopefully that momentum will carry over. Nevaeh again slaps it to the left side of the infield, still foul, so now she finds herself in an 0-2 hole. Got to protect here. She swings and swings right through it. That was a little higher of a strike, but a strike nonetheless as she goes down swinging. So the Knights now with one out. You've got Mackenzie Gross, number 10, going to take a ball. Mackenzie made a nice catch in left field earlier in this game. She didn't get the start last game, but this, in game 2, she takes another pitch for a ball that looks pretty close. Good eye there, good plate discipline. Trying to make the most of her opportunity here right now. Swings and hits a chopper right back to the pitcher, and that's going to be the second out here in the bottom of the third. You've got Taylor Ware coming to the plate now, trying to get the bats going. Again, as I mentioned already, had the great defensive play to finish the top of the third. Danny Wright has been pitching a great game so far. She fires in the first pitch, a changeup that Taylor Ware swings through. She definitely was looking fastball there. As I mentioned, Danny Wright had a little trouble in that first inning where the Knights might have scored, but since then it's been all Danny Wright and this Fighting Muskie defense. As Taylor Ware fouls that one back behind the right dugout. So quick 0-2 hole. Feels like Taylor just needs to put the ball in play here, hoping just finds a hole somewhere, gets something going. Because that one's going to be too high. An easy take. So 1-2 count. Taylor Ware swings and fouls it down by the right fence. Thought the first baseman had a chance at it. She ran and gave chase, but it just clears that fence there. Good hustle by 23 for the Fighting Muskies, Natalie Smith. So Taylor Ware staying alive, gets another chance. And she gets a piece of that one. Good pitch there by Danny Wright. The Knights have not had a real chance to square her up very often. As you see there, they're just kind of nicking the ball and hitting it off balance a little bit. Taylor Ware pops this one up. Is it going to stay in play? It does for the easy out there. That's going to be the third out here in the bottom of the third. The Knights trail 6-0 to these Fighting Muskies. We will take a quick break, and on the other side, we will be in the top of the fourth inning. So top of the fourth inning here. Welcome back. Adeline Birch still pitching for the Knights. The Pitch a little low and outside. For Muskingum, you've got number 10, I believe, Kara Taylor from the left side of the dish, trying to extend this lead for her team. The 1-0 pitch. And that was a nice gift from the umpire. Looked a bit outside, but he says it catches the corner of the zone to even the count 1-1. Birch almost hit Taylor there. That ball got a little bit away from her. So 2-1 is the count. Just outside, you can see what Birch is trying to do. She's trying to catch that outside corner. It just hasn't been there. If she's struggling to find her release point, it just hasn't been perfect for her as she tries to kind of wrangle this back in. We're at a 3-1 count now. Birch forces the ground ball to the left side, and again, like clockwork, Taylor Ware fields it and fires it across the diamond. Great arm. You can see why she's playing third base. As she locks it down and gets the out. Her best friend on the field right now is certainly Abby Birch. Ball hit softly to the shortstop. Kylie Staton makes clean work of it, and just like that, 2 back-to-back great defensive plays. The Knights have 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. Again, we've seen defensive plays like that all day for the Knights. It just hasn't carried over to the other side, but a lot of good positive things to be impressed about with this Knights team. Great pitch there by Addie Birch. She just tags that inside corner. It's a tough pitch to hit, especially if they're going to call it a strike. This is Casey Timko who's in trying to make work of this. And she hits a deep drive to left field, and it is gone. Casey Timko sending a message. That was a no-doubter. And she's going to extend this lead 7-0. She definitely was sitting on that pitch. Whatever she saw, she was waiting on, and was able to make the most of it. A tough break after 2 nice defensive plays for Adeline Birch. She'd gotten the 2 outs with help from Kylie Staton, from Taylor Ware, and then unfortunately gives up the home run. So trying to get out of this 4th inning now. Birch fires away. Ball's going to be a little high. Number 34, Elizabeth Wofford, is in. Again, trying to add to this lead. So there's 2 outs, no runners on, as that's going to be high for a ball. 1 run in on the home run by Casey Timko. The 2-0 pitch. It's just going to be outside just a little bit. Can't seem to catch the end of the zone. You can hear the Knights cheering on Birch, trying to keep her spirits up. And that was a great pitch there. Kind of snuck one in. So 3-1 count. Trying to deliver again as she shakes off, steps out of the circle, takes a little timeout to regroup.
I'm EB.
Birch fires away. And a deep fly ball to center field. I think Nevaeh Woodhouse has a chance, and she does. Great read and great reaction by Nevaeh Woodhouse to catch that fly ball and send the Knights back to the dugout. So defensively, a pretty good inning there. 2 nice plays on the infield, as we mentioned, and then a nice finish there from Nevaeh Woodhouse. Good jump on that fly ball to center field. They did give up the 1 run, though, the big solo shot to Casey Timko in left field. And the Knights, as they head to the bottom of the 4th inning, are in a 7-run hole. We will take a quick break, and on the other side, we'll see if they can start to mount the comeback. Welcome back as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning. The Knights in a hole, but trying to get something going here. Danny Wright still pitching as that ball goes low. Another wild pitch, so 2-0 right now. I believe it's number 13, Berkeley Witten, who is at the plate.
Yes,
Oh, and a
Berkeley.
deep fly.
Called it.
That one's gone right
You literally
field.
called it.
And just like that,
Let's go,
Berkeley Witten puts the Knights on the board. That was the definition of a no-doubter over here
She's the VR girl.
as the Knights celebrate with their at-home plate. That has got to feel good. The Knights have had some decent contact today, but that certainly was the best. And that brings the score 7-1. If you missed us earlier as the teams kind of regroup, your Southern Virginia University women's basketball team defeated Brevard down in North Carolina for the USA South Championship. So your Southern Virginia Knights are the USA South Women's Basketball Conference champions, and they will await to see what their seeding is in the Division III, the NCAA Division III playoffs. But a huge congratulations to them, to both Coach Schroeder's and everyone a part of that program. Just a phenomenal season. We hope to see it continue.
It's crazy.
For those of you who were in their semifinal game, the amazing comeback in the last minute, Asia Foster with the steal with 20 seconds to go, the layup that led to a 3-point play and gave them the win. Just incredible season for them. We hope it continues, but we tell you, congratulations. We're so proud of you. So after the home run, it's 7-1 score. The Knights feeling like maybe they've got some momentum. As that ball gets lined into left center there, Kylie Stanton gets on base, and just like that, the Knights have a little momentum in their favor. That's got to feel good. earlier today, those were the kind of plays that were being caught. In the first inning, Abby Southern had a ball hit like that would have scored a run, but the second baseman made a nice play, Cora Moyne. So no outs, runner on first, 1 run already in. I believe that's number 22, Eliza Patterson there at the plate. She swings and fouls one back. We've seen nothing from Danny Wright. She's completely shut this Knights team down so far. And then in this inning, we have back-to-back. We have the home run to right field by by Berkeley Witten. Excuse me, I got tongue-tied there. And then the hits, the single to left center by Kylie Staton to kind of give the Knights a little breath of life, if you will. But it's up to Eliza Patterson to move this runner over. And that ball's high. Nice catch by the catcher there. Good stop. So the count now 3-1. An opportunity, maybe another bad pitch, and the Knights could have another runner in scoring position. That ball's going to be on the ground to the third base.
Yes.
And she drops it. It was kind of a bang-bang play. I think the ball got to the bag before the runner, but she couldn't hold on to it. And just like that, the Knights are feeling really good, feeling that momentum. You've got 1 run in, 2 runners on, no outs. 3 hits in the inning. Depends on how you score that last one, if it was a fielder's choice or regardless, we've seen some contact and the bats coming to life for this Knights team. For the Knights, coming to the plate, number 21, Morgan Rich, who has a good opportunity to really do some damage here. She can find a gap. Both these runners on base for the Knights run pretty well, so if you can find a gap somewhere. She shows bunt, pulls back, but it doesn't matter. The ball still hits the zone for strike 1. I understand the idea, though, from Coach Pendleton, trying to get a bunt, get both runners over into scoring position. That ball is an easy take, going to be high. Danny Wright, up until this inning, has had a really strong game, pitched really well, even made some good defensive plays from the pitcher position, but this inning has gotten a little weird for her as that ball is fouled back. The bunt attempt fouled back to the backstop. So a 1 and 2 count, still nobody out here in the bottom of the 4th. She swings and slaps that one, hits the top of the dugout on the left side. She stays alive. So the 1-2 pitch again. She swings and again, that one a little better. Fouls it down the left field line over the fence. Squared it up a little better that time. You'd love to see Morgan Rich hit one to the wall, but her main responsibility here, she's got to move these runners over. And that was a great take. Ball in the dirt on 1 and 2. That's a tough pitch to lay off of, but she does. Evening the count, 2 and 2.
Ooh.
Another great take. We heard some gasps from the fans out here. It definitely felt like that had a chance to be a strike, but again, great discipline, and just like that, it is a full count, 3 and 2 for Morgan Rich. And she draws the walk, so the Knights, all of a sudden, bases loaded, nobody out, and a chance to really get back into this game as the Fighting Muskies are going to take a timeout and regroup. To summarize, if you're just joining us, the Knights dropped a tough one in the first game of this doubleheader, a 9-0 victory for the Fighting Muskies. The second game started out similar to the first. The Muskies jumped out to an early 6-0 lead in the second inning, but the Knights so far have started to kind of claw their way back in this fourth inning. We had the big-time home run from Berkeley Witten, a moonshot over the right field fence, a true no-doubter. And since then, the Knights have been able to load the bases, and there's still nobody out here, so a chance to really get back into this game and possibly even tie it up. So coming to the plate, Madison Christensen, number 19, your first baseman. As she is going to try and just square one up and find a gap somewhere. We're going to have a pinch runner at first base, Kayla Littleford, the senior out of Federal Way, Washington. Danny Wright still pitching for the Muskies. She's going to show bunt, pull back, and take a strike. The 0-1 pitch to Christensen. That's going to be in the dirt, so an even 1-1 count now. Got to imagine Danny Wright's feeling a little bit of that pressure. Though she does have a big lead, there's nobody out with the bases loaded. She's just looking for something positive to go her way as that ball's lined left field. But foul. That would have been a big play had it stayed fair. A 1-2 count. Nobody out. She shows bunt, pulls back, and slaps one foul behind the dugout, behind the backstop here. Shows bunt again, will pull it back, and has a good eye there. That one was close, but not fooled. Madison stays disciplined and fights to see another pitch. We've got a 2-2 count now. Swings and fouls it back again, so staying alive, being scrappy in this opportunity for this Knights team to really put some runs on the board.
Home run, home run, home run. All of them in, all of them in.
Grand slam, let's go.
Grand slam. Through here.
And that pitch is going to be high, so bases loaded, no outs, a full count
Right
for
here.
Madison Christensen.
Hey, here you go, 1-2, here you go.
Danny Wright trying to get out of this jam here. And ball 4, that ball just high and outside, walks in Kylie Staten, excuse me. It's going to make this game 7-2.
Go down, go down.
And now you've got your pitcher, Adeline Birch, stepping into the plate. They're going to conference Coach Kemp and Coach Pendleton. So after the conference, Birch steps into the box. Still situation, bases loaded, no outs. pitch. She swings right through it. So 0-2. Just trying to put the ball in play here. And a good take there. A tough one to lay off of, but she does. Goes in her favor. Another one, that one more outside, easy take. So from 0-2 to 2-2. Swings and lines it to left field. That's going to bring a couple home. It's misplayed. That's going to score 2. Huge play, by Adeline Birch. Makes that game 7-3.
7-4.
7-4, excuse me. And the Knights now only down 3. Feel really good about their momentum. They're still 0 outs in this 4th inning. Completely a tale of 2 halves of this game. The Knights have not been able to get anything going in the first 3 innings of this contest. And since then, the Knights have just exploded here in this 4th inning. Starting with that home run from Berkeley Witten and just complimentary softball since then. Big swing and a miss from DeGroot there. One pitch, swing and a foul tip. So quick 0-2 hole.
So a foul tip is a strike, basically.
Yes.
I'm on
the
DeGroot
first
trying to do
strikes.
some more
You can't
damage.
strike out on a foul ball.
Got runners on first and second.
Oh, that's good to know.
Oh, and a tough call there. Definitely was close. Seen that called a ball earlier in this game, but the Blue felt like he caught the zone there. That's going to be the first out for the Knights here in this 4th inning. The Knights have scored 4 before even recording an out. Now they have number 10, Mackenzie Gross, at the plate. 1 out, runners on first and second. Danny Wright delivers, and that's a ball. That almost looks like the same exact pitch that struck out DeGroot on the previous batter. One 0 turns into 2 0s. That ball hits the dirt. Mackenzie Gross trying to find a gap here, send her runners home, as she's going to foul that one back. Again, if you're just joining us, this game started out 7-0 before the Knights started making some noise here in this 4th inning and trying to dig into this a little more, this opportunity they have. 1 out, 2 runners on, already scored 4. A swing and a foul back again from Gross. The freshman from Lehigh, Utah. She lines one into left center, and a diving play from number 10. A sensational defensive play, a backbreaker for the Knights. Kara Taylor making her presence known. We had a great angle from the broadcast booth here, laying out in center field. I thought it was down for sure. I'm in shock that Kara Taylor covered that much ground. A really impressive play, and just like that, the Knights have 2 outs with 2 runners on. A swing and a ground ball up the middle, stabbed by Cora Moynihan. That will end the bleeding that has taken place here. The Knights chipping away at that lead. They scored 4, the big home run from Berkeley Witten. And a couple other big plays, big hits from this Knights team. Adeline Birch with a nice 2-run RBI. But the Knights still trail 3 runs as we head to the top of the 5th inning. Welcome back in to the top of this 5th inning. The Knights, if you're just joining us, scored 4 in that previous frame after being down 7-0. Adeline Birch, once again pitching for the Knights. She tries to hold this to just a 3-run lead at the moment. For the Fight Muskies, number 23 is at the plate. Natalie Smith.
Bless you. Did it help?
Yeah.
That pitch is high.
Oh.
So now a 2-0 count.
Wow, David's popping off.
Gets the call there, finds the corner of the zone, that outside corner.
Rip.
So it's 2-1.
Trajan has like the highest hitting percentage like in the conference though, doesn't he?
That's
Or like top
really
3 or something?
Trajan's pretty lethal.
Birch with the pitch. That one hits the zone. Nice little changeup there that catches it at the knees. So from 2-0 to 2-2, trying to get this first out here in the 5th inning. Alan Birch trying to hit the zone here. The pitch, and it's fouled back behind the dugout. We're in game 2 of our doubleheader. Muskingum took the first one 9-0. The Knights since then have battled back in this second game. That ball's going to be outside. And strike 3 gets her to swing through. Great pitch down below the knees, got her to chase, and just like that, gets the first out. And feeling pretty good. Big hitter stepping in, Emily Travis, who has the big home run to get this game going early in the game. And that ball's going to be low and in the dirt. The 1-0 pitch. Ooh, Addie Birch, that's a good pitch. Just a little low, doesn't quite catch the zone. I'm impressed by Emily Travis's plate discipline there. And she lines one into left field. Tough play. Good job by Cadence. Mackenzie Gross out in left field. Plays it off the tough hop. That can cause trouble for some outfielders, but she played it real nicely and kept the runner at first. So the Knights now 1 out, runner on first. Number 14, Cora Moyne, is in the batter's box trying to extend their lead.
No, Sunday school. Yeah. Wait, it's the fourth.
Looks
Sunday.
like we have a pinch runner at first.
I have no idea.
That's number 18, Taylor Brown,
I think
getting her first action of the game.
Be Relief Society, but last week was Relief Society.
It was?
Yeah.
Birch with the strike.
It should be Relief Society though, so I'm not sure.
0-1 pitch outside. Not going to be there in time as Taylor Brown steals second easily. So now a little danger. Runner on second, only 1 out. Swinging a pop-up in no man's land, but a great play. Almost a double play there. Taylor Brown kind of got caught trying to get back. Great play by the right fielder for the Knights, number 3, Annabelle Casa. I thought at first that might drop for a bloop single, but she made up the ground quickly. So 2 outs for the Knights here. Trying to get out of this without giving up any runs. That pitch is going to be a little high. The 1-0 pitch. Ooh, Birch with a good pitch at the knees there. Just catches the bottom of the zone. The 1-1. Trying to get her to chase on the outside corner. She doesn't bite. So it's 1-2. Danny Wright in the box with good plate discipline there. She's trying to get this runner home. Taylor Brown, who's pinch running. Swinging a soft line drive just past third base. Not strong enough to get the runner home, but moves her over to third. Danny Wright gets herself a hit. And now Hannah Gurich steps into the box. We've got 2 outs here, top of the 5th. 2 runners on the corners. Number 17, Taylor Gurich stepping into the box. She is, excuse me, not Taylor, Hannah Gurich stepping into the box. Her first plate appearance today, I believe. You can hear this Knights defense, this outfield, talking, communicating about where to go with the ball here. They just need an out, 1 out to get them out of this inning. As Addie fires in the first pitch. That's going to hit the zone for strike 1. We have another pitch runner at first, number 15, Morgan Lane, junior out of Granville. Birch with the 0-1. Just a little low, doesn't catch the zone there. Ball hit right to Taylor Ware, gets the out at first. Routine play, and the Knights are able to stop what looked like was going to be a rally there, but get out of it without giving up any runs. The last time the Knights were up to bat, they scored 4. Let's see if they can do that again as we make our way to the bottom of the 5th. Welcome back into Harvey Dryden Field. We are in the bottom of the 5th. The Fighting Muskies have a new pitcher, Bethany Rodman. She pitched in that first game. The Knights, coming off, if you're just joining us, scored 4 in that previous inning after being down 7. And they're going to try to pick up where they left off in that 4th inning. And a good batter to have up, Berkeley Witten, who hit a moonshot over the right field fence in that 4th inning to kind of get the rally going. She's going to step in right here and try to do some more damage. And right away she swings, and 1 pitch, 1 out, hits a soft liner to the second baseman, Cora Moyne. I mentioned Coach Pendleton before. This is her 9th season as the head of the softball program here at Southern Virginia. Colby Kemp, her assistant. This is his 4th season. The Knights have done a good job of building a good culture out here as that first pitch goes foul. Kylie Staton fouls it back over the right field fence.
Oh, he's outside.
So 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. trying to get something going. The ball softly grounded over to first base and unfortunately stays fair for the easy out. And just like that, not what the Knights wanted to see. They are 2 quick outs here in that 5th inning. First pitch taken for a ball. This is Eliza Patterson in the box. Hoping to get a 2-out rally started. Rodman with the pitch. That looked pretty close, but doesn't get the call. Went inside there. And she lines one into right field, but right to that right fielder. Number 1, Tisha Thompson. And just like that, it's going to be the end of that bottom of the 5th inning. We will take a quick break, and when we get back, it'll be the top of the 6th. The Fighting Muskies lead 7-4. Welcome back in. Top of the 6th inning. The Knights are going to bring in Taylor Ware to handle the pitching duties. Number 15, Sophia Bedell, is going to take over at third base. The Knights trying to keep this at a 3-run deficit at the moment. They had a good rally in that 4th inning where they scored 4. Not able to add to it in the 5th, and if they want hopes of getting back into this game and have a chance to win it, they can't afford to give up any more. So trying to shut them down. Taylor Ware takes the ball and gets ready to fire away. That first pitch is going to be low. Number 10, Kara Taylor, who made that incredible diving play earlier in the game out in center field. She's going to step into the box. She shows bunt and catches the Knights off guard. She's going to be safe. A no throw. A great bunt. Barely rolled out. Just far enough out of the catcher's reach to make a good play at it. And Kara Taylor's speed, again, as you saw earlier in the game, her defensive play in center field, she can fly. So a great play overall for Kara Taylor. She's probably looking to steal here too, I would imagine. Another bunt show, but she pulls back. This is number 11 for the Fighting Muskies. Olivia Rapole, the junior. She does lay down the bunt this time, and again, a tough play. The ball's going to sail high.
Bro, no.
And Kara Taylor's going to score all the way from first on the overthrow, making this an 8-4 game. A tough break for the defensive replacement, Sophia Bedell, who just had that one sail on her. So nobody out, runner on second. Taylor Ware trying to reel this thing back in as she gets the call on the outside corner. One pitch, and she lines it into center field. That's going to score a run. Actually, a closer play than I imagined. A really good throw by Nevaeh Woodhouse. I thought at the crack of the bat there was no chance at a play, but Nevaeh proved me wrong, though she did score on that play. Going to make this a 9-4 score. That ball is fouled back. Number 34 in the box. Elizabeth Wofford. Runner on second. Casey Timko, who had the big blast over left field back in, I believe it was the second inning. Ware with the pitch. And that ball is going to be lined foul. So a 9-4 ball game, no outs here. As that ball's going to get behind the catcher. Timko over to third. So a 2-2 count. Wofford trying to make something happen now with a runner on third. Swings and hits a big fly ball to center field. Nevaeh Woodhouse gets under it. The runner tags and is going to be safe. Another really strong throw from Woodhouse, but too much speed from Casey Timko. So one out, but Muskingum has plated 2 in this inning. As number 23 gets into the box and takes a strike, Natalie Smith. On deck, number 25, Emily Travis, trying to extend the lead. And that ball's going to be low. The ball's slapped to the right side of the infield, but goes foul. So one out and trying to get out of here without giving up any more damage. The ball's lined to the left side of the infield. It's knocked down by Kylie Staton, but not a real chance to make a play there. So one out, runner on first. Emily Travis up, who's done some damage in this game. Taylor Ware fires one in. They throw behind the runner, who gets back safe at first. That ball's going to be high, so 1-1. Emily Travis trying to square one up like she did earlier. One pitch. Emily Travis swings a big cut, but it's going to foul it back. Travis at the plate with Amy Heasley on deck, number 4. Travis swings at a ball in the dirt, and he's going to be out. So with that, there's 2 outs now. Two outs, 1 runner on. They have a 10-4 lead. Looks like Coach Lena Connor is going to make some type of adjustment here. Looks like the umpires were clarifying how that last play should be scored. There was some confusion because Travis ran on the drop third strike. However, there was a runner at first already, and so the umpires were just clarifying how it should be scored in the book. So play resumes, 2 outs, runner on first, Amy Heasley from the left side of the plate. Taylor Ware coming into pitch. Heasley swings and foul tips it back. Ware fires away. That was a pretty decent pitch, but doesn't get the call. And she swings and misses. So 2-2 count, trying to get out of this. Fires and a pop-up to Kylie Staton, and that is going to end this top half of the 6th inning. The Fightin' Muskies are able to score 2, extending their lead 10-4. The Knights coming up in the bottom of the 6th, hoping to keep their hopes alive and put a dent into that lead. Welcome back into the bottom half of this 6th inning where the Knights trail 10-4. Rodman is still pitching for the Fine Muskies. Into the box steps Morgan Rich, number 21, to try to get a rally going. As the sun is starting to set lower and lower, it's got to be difficult for the catcher and the batter to really see that ball out of the pitcher's hand. She swings and hits one back up the middle of the field into the outfield. So some life here for the Knights. A good start in this 6th inning. So no outs, runner on first. Madison Christensen will step in and try to move that runner over. Looks like looks like Sophia Bedell on deck. Madison lines one down the first baseline, but it is ruled foul. That would have been a big play. Morgan Rich had a good jump off the crack of the bat. The 0-1 pitch. Another swing. This one grounded softly towards shortstop. They get the out at second. Won't be able to turn two, but that is one out now for the Knights. Hits towards short, but it was cut off by Emily Travis at third base, who makes a nice throw to second. In steps Sophia Bedell. Takes the first pitch outside for a ball. On deck, Nevaeh Woodhouse. Bedell takes a low strike there, just at the knees.
Bless you.
The 1-1 pitch, and one out here. Bedell swings in a soft liner, caught behind second base by Timko, who made the nice play at shortstop. So after the leadoff single for the Knights, they haven't been able to capitalize off it. Casey Timko making the athletic play behind second base there.
Bless you.
And now Nevaeh Woodhouse steps in, trying to move that runner over, getting her over to second base and into scoring position. She swings and misses on that outside pitch. It's kind of been her Achilles heel today. See if she can make the adjustment and make contact. Still going outside. That time she lays off. She makes contact, puts it in play. A great fielding play, and a great scoop. I was trying to see who the number was on that. The scoop, number 23, Natalie Smith at first base. And after the first single, the leadoff single, the Fighting Muskies get out of it. We will take a quick break. When we come back, we will be in the top of the 7th inning. Welcome back here. We're in the top of the 7th inning. The Knights trail 10-4 as this ball right away is put into play. The easy out. Number 21 was at the plate. Rodman. A 1 pitch, 1 out for the Knights. Nice play, Eliza Patterson fielding that ball and whipping it over to first. Taylor Ware fires away, and that's going to be low. Tisha Thompson shows bunt, but then pulls it back. Shows bunt again and again pulls it back. We now have a 3-0 count. Taylor Ware just trying to find the zone here. That one is in there. Definitely hit the corner. So a 3-1 count, and just trying to stop these fighting Muskies from getting back on base. And that's going to be high. So Thompson gets on base. She draws the walk. Got Kara Taylor from the left side of the plate stepping in. She's going to try and move the runner over. We're hoping for some kind of ground ball, though. There's a lot of speed on the bases at first as well as in the batter's box. That ball's fouled down the left field line. But a double play would be just what the doctor ordered here to get out of this inning. Taylor Ware, the 0-1 pitch. Kara Taylor shows bunt again. That pitch is high. Another inside pitch, low that time. So 2-1, Taylor Ware needing to hit the zone here, risking putting another runner on. That one's gonna miss high and outside. Fires away, slow ground ball. Great snag by Taylor there to get the lead runner at second. Might have been her only play. She kind of had to cross over her body and field that ball off balance. But she's able to come up big for her team. And now you've got 2 outs, 1 runner on first. Ball's in the dirt, and Kara Taylor's going to make the most of it, getting over to second. Olivia Rapol in the box. Ware with the pitch. Oh, almost gets the batter. Outside, and you've got Kara Taylor taking a big lead after each pitch. Gotta feel like anything in the dirt she's going to be running. Ball on the ground towards third. Great play by Kylie Staton to get out of this top half of the seventh. We will take a quick break. When we come back, we will see if the Knights have it in them to rally a historic comeback.
Right on third.
Because
Go ahead. Welcome back in the final half of the seventh inning, potentially the end of the game here. The Knights trying to mount a historic comeback. You've still got number 21, Bethany Rodman, pitching for the Muskies. Mackenzie Gross, number 10, steps in for the Knights as she takes a called first strike. The 0-1 pitch, the Knights desperately need to get a runner on here as 0-1 turns into 0-2. Rodman cleaning up, doing some good work. She pitched really well in that first game. Comes in and has some cleanup duty here in the second. That ball's in the dirt, a good eye by Mackenzie Gross.
Put chicken in my broccoli soup.
No.
Or is that normal?
That sounds good to me, at least.
Okay.
So the 1-2. For Gross. And that ball's outside, works the count 2-2.
Is Laura doing anything for her birthday tonight? Like a party? or
Dinner.
anything? Okay.
And
2-2, trying to get the runner on.
Girls.
what?
Nothing with the girls.
I don't think so.
Okay.
If there is, I will let you know.
Okay.
A slow roller up the middle, just past the pitcher. Not fielded cleanly, and Gross reaches first. Just what the Knights needed for some life here in this bottom half of the seventh.
Will the boys get home like super late tonight?
Yeah. Probably
So
like
in steps Taylor Ware, who's been a real bright spot for this team today. Multiple defensive plays at third base, has pitched pretty well too. She lays down a bunt down the third base line. Great bunt. That's going to roll foul. Taylor trying to get on base to provide some opportunity for Berkeley Witten, who's on deck right now. And that's going to be called a strike, so now an 0-2 count. Rodman fires away. And that's going to be called strike 3. Taylor Ware goes down looking. So 1 out now and a runner on first. Berkeley Witten steps in.
We won.
Hmm?
We're assuming we won. I think. In 4.
Berkeley, it's a light fly ball right back to Rodman. A routine play, and just like that, there are 2 outs. Kylie Staten, excuse me, about to step in the box. She swings and is going to foul it off the light pole on the right side of the infield.
Considering that it's 5 though, it's pretty nice out still.
Yeah.
The Knights down to their final out. Last 2 strikes. Get a rally going here.
Oh. Said it's
That
cloudy.
ball
Dang
skipped
it.
in the dirt. Gross will take second easily, but I don't think the Fighting Muskies are too concerned about it, as they just focus on getting this out right here.
Bless you. Bless you.
Rodman fires away. Another fly ball. Looks like it's going to be out of play once again. So down to our final strike here. Kylie Staten attempting to get this rally going, and Gross, who's in scoring position, trying to get her home. Ball lined to third, on the ground, fired across the diamond, and that will do it here for this edition of Knights softball. This doubleheader today against Muskingum and the Fighting Muskies. The Knights, unfortunately, are going to go 0 for 2 on the day to start their season, not how they drew it up. Some nice defensive plays in both games, but just not enough offense. That first game finishing 9-0, the bats were really slow. In that second game, after the Fighting Muskies took an early lead big in the second inning, going up 6 or 7-0, the Knights score 4 in that fourth inning, including a huge home run from Berkeley Witten, but it wasn't enough as this game finishes, the game 2 of our doubleheader finishes 10-4. That puts Muskingum at 3-0 on the 4-0 on the season, excuse me, as the Knights again drop to 0-2. The next Knights broadcast for Southern Virginia softball is going to take place on Tuesday. Another doubleheader coming for you. Tuesday, March 3rd against Eastern Mennonite. That will that doubleheader, first game is at 2 and that second game is at 4. We will broadcast it live here from Harvey Dryden Field in Southern Virginia University in Buena Vista, Virginia. Thank you so much for joining us on this beautiful day and this edition of Night Softball. We will see you again on Tuesday, and as always, go Knights.